A lot of excitement, a lot of buzz surrounding this event, more so than in any other year. And of course, tonight we're going to see it on the stage at Petco Park with the United States going up against Puerto Rico. Two exciting teams so far this season and so far in this event. How do you like Team USA's chances tonight?
I feel great. I mean, the starting pitchers haven't allowed a run, I don't think, yet. And, we see less emotion from the Americans. And so people tend to think they care less, but Eric Hosmer and guys have made the point, hey, when you look at our dugout, we're into it. We just don't happen to run on the field every time a run is scored. And I think there's some pride. I think these guys that are here, I mean, we tend to focus on the guys that are not there. But look at this team. This is a monster lineup. This is a really good team with really good pitching. And I think the World Baseball Classic clears another hurdle when Team USA wins a medal. I think that changes a lot of things. From a larger standpoint, if you've watched the games have been phenomenal. And I think watching the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Venezuelans, the emotion of the fans, the emotion of the players, I think it's something we could all learn from. I think if there's one thing we want to take from this, it's that it's okay to have fun. Mm-hmm. It's a little boy's game. Go have fun, show your emotion, and these fans making noise from first pitch to last. And the games have just been so good, so close, so many comebacks that I think if you start watching it, you're captivated by it.
Yeah. Richard, what's the future of the World Baseball Classic? Can you put that into perspective for us?
Commissioner Manfred has said the World Baseball Classic is here to stay. Mm-hmm. And I think what's going to change, I'm close to some of those Seattle guys, Nelly Cruz and Robbie Cano. And I mean, it's a big deal for them to play. It was a big deal for King Felix to go and pitch for Venezuela. Jose Altuve, it's important. It has been less so for American players because we have the big leagues here. We know the ultimate goal is not playing for your country, but winning the World Series and all that. But I think every American player, beginning with Roger Clemens in the very first one, every U.S. player that I know that have participated in the World Baseball Classic, they loved it. And they liked being around guys, being in a competitive environment and spring training, just being part of the whole deal. So I think everybody that comes back from it, Buster Posey, Hosmer, all those guys, they're going to be an advertisement for the World Baseball Classic. So, I think the U.S. winning a medal would be a huge thing. But I think if you just watch the games, it's a great show.
Oh, it's been fantastic. We've been loving what we've seen so far, and I'm with you, Richard. I hope that this bleeds over into the regular season, into Major League Baseball, as far as the excitement is concerned. I mean, trying to make baseball fun again and just bringing some excitement back to the stadiums here. It is, because quite frankly, that's part of the problem for Major League Baseball. It's too staid in the way that they approach the game, and there's too many traditions that need to be broken and need to kind of get with this new the new way of looking at things. But overall, how do you explain why there has been so much more excitement, it seems, over this World Baseball Classic than any of the other events in the past?
I just think the game, the game is cyclical, and you go through a stretch where every game seems to be close. Maybe it's a reflection. Look, I think we agree that the Dominicans have a monster team. Now, it's news when they lose a game. But look, if you look at the Puerto Ricans, you look at the Venezuelans, I would think, I wrote something this week, that maybe the Venezuelans and the Americans have been the underachievers in the history of the WBC, because when you look at the history of baseball in those two countries and you look at the lineups they're feeling, well, they should do more. Well, hey, they're still alive. And I can't explain why the game's been so good, but I'm thankful for it. And right off, when the games last week, we started watching the games on TV from the U.S., you thought, wow, these are good games. And it's really, if you're a baseball fan in this country, you know these guys. You know Carlos Beltran. You know Jose Altuve. You know King Felix. And so it just feels, you see them in a different environment. It's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, no, it's like watching a World Series at the beginning of the season as opposed to the end. And we're going to still have that in the end of the season as well. So a lot of fun. We've enjoyed it.
Yeah, Richard, thank you for coming on and talking some baseball with us today. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the game tonight.
Thanks for having me, guys.